a Fedora respin, and Debian derivative. Has anyone else got anything? I'm going there in a few seconds. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. And it is an experimental Linux distribution. How and why it's different? Oh, hey, is it actually different? 2017. Okay. It's on any app. It's an easy containers distro. Okay, so all of the container technologies. Okay. Okay. Is it its own thing, or is it built on top of something? I haven't seen anything that's giving it away to me. Oh, hang on. What did I see here? 4 package managers. PKG get. Does that mean it's Alpine? Is that what that means? So, cutting out again, someone says. So what's cutting out? Hang on. Has anyone else lost the stream? You cut out just as you started reading my message. Oh. Okay. Right. Well, I will just take a little look at what's going on. Oh, yeah, there was a network error. I see that. I see that. Okay. So, I'm back now. I can see in the little Twitch dashboard thing that the live replay is dead. It's back. It is back now. Yeah. Okay. So I guess I need to push up the priorities of getting the Cat 7 cable put around the side of the house, because I'm being a filthy streaming over Wi-Fi person. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it could be my network. Like I say, I'm doing it over Wi-Fi. Oh, it could be. It could be my restreaming service that failed. Because that's telling me it's been up for 2 minutes. I think it was... So I use a service called Live Push IO to do the multi-streaming thing. And that stream was reset 3 minutes ago. So I don't think it was me. I think it was them. And I'm actually writing my own multi-streaming service. We'll cover that at some future stream, how to do this yourself for free. Well, providing you can get a VPS or whatever with enough bandwidth to do it. But yeah, I've found a nifty way of doing it. You could do it locally, but you have to double the outward bandwidth. What's going on here? The stream was lost for a minute. Yeah, bother. Okay, so we don't know what you said or anything about EasyOS. Okay, I was asking, what do you think it might be? I think a few people answered with what if they thought it was a derivative. I thought it would be a void respin. But it turns out it's a run all the containers thing. And I was hunting down here to try and figure out if it was built on top of something or if it was its own thing. And I did notice somewhere down here we go, has 4 package managers. And the fact that PKG get was in there made me wonder, is it an Alpine derivative? Hello, Full Stack Live. How are you doing? Thank you very much for stopping by. Oh, good. Oh, you are. It's good to find somebody who's actually using it. I'm using it now. Good. So what OS are you running it on? Tell me more. I'm fascinated to learn more. And for everyone else's benefit, I will bring up that particular project. So I'm running NixOS here. Blue. Okay, cool. So I'm running it on NixOS. And this is basically an Ubuntu build of OBS Studio with somewhere down here all these additional plugins integrated, which are basically the plugins I need to do all this song and dance. And then you can run this on Ubuntu just as a tarball. And it runs as a portable version, which means you can have multiple instances at the same time, or in a handy dandy container, which is all managed automatically over here. So thank you very much for stopping by Full Stack Live and letting me know that. That's fabulous. You are the first person that's told me you're using it. So terrific. I'm glad. Oh, it's dropped again. Yeah. Okay, it's my restreaming service. Huh. Well, I guess we're back now, right? It's not Wi-Fi, Big Pod. I can see this thing here. It's the connection reset on the restreaming service 1 minute and 27 seconds ago. Yeah, bother. That's not great, is it? Okay, so we're going to kick them into touch then. So the next live stream, which might be tomorrow morning, won't be using this. I'm pointing at Live Push IO. I'll have to come up with a different solution for that. That's probably why the YouTube stuff kicked out as well. I bet it gave up there as well. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. You know, it's been some months since I've done this, so I expected this to be a little bit rocky. So yeah, so the YouTube stream has been up and down as well, looking at this. Huh. Well, they were good while it lasted, but I think we'll have to kick them into touch. Oh well, that's a new project. I will show you how to do your own restreaming service. Also, at some point, I want to get going with Owncast, because I saw a presentation about that at the Ubuntu Summit, and it was fab. Awesome, Full Stack Live. That's great. Yeah, I've been poking at this for months, whilst I've been trying to find ways to get streaming again on NixOS, which started with me packaging dozens of plugins in nixpkgs, and then annoyingly finding new ones that I wanted to incorporate. And then I came up with this approach of running this Ubuntu build. But it's probably taken me 2 months of fettling and changing all of my stuff. And I was really nervous about what would be broken and not working properly. And anyway, I decided I can't keep waiting. I just need to hit go live and see what happens. It could be worse. It seems most of my stuff's working fine, being let down by Live Push. Well, terrific. Do keep me informed about how you're using it. And like I said, there was a new version out today. In fact, I've done a couple of releases this week. So a couple of library updates. This is mostly a NixOS fix. And then there was some more updates. And then there's this, which I'm not using at the moment, but enables you to do the multi-streaming from within OBS itself. So that can take the already encoded stream and send it to multiple services. So you have your basic one go to, or your traditional one go to Twitch, and then you can add another one that goes to YouTube. The only issue with this is each time you add a new service, you're doubling the amount of bandwidth that you're using to push it out. But if you're only going 2 places and you've got enough bandwidth, then maybe it's okay. But I have found another way, which I might turn into a simple tool at some point. Right. That after that little that's aside, I wonder if I should put up the live push screen here. Because I mean, I'm not really going to notice. It doesn't do anything obvious. Okay. Well, we'll stay the course. Like I say, this was a first voyage after some months. Okay. Oh, right. Oh, our podcast. You're using it too. Oh, wonderful. Great stuff. Okay, so you couldn't believe how easy it was. You even got OBS Portable Distro Box running in a NixOS VM powered by Quickemu. My gosh. Hey, hello, Popey. How the devil are you? Have you had a good weekend? Right, okay. Let's go back to Quickemu. I think. So yeah, EasyOS. It looks new and interesting, so we'll accept this one because it's definitely not. It's not the usual change my wallpaper .os. So let's take that one. What else can we do? I think it's time for another drink. I'm getting a bit thirsty. Right. So, is there anyone watching via YouTube at the moment? I don't know if I can check that. Can I check that? Let's have a look. Let's try this. Okay. That also doesn't work. Okay. Awesome. So there's another thing I've spotted that isn't working correctly. Rubbish. Reflecting. That doesn't work. Okay. Right. I've got work to do. So, okay. So our podcast says the streaming hiccup messed up. Oh, hang on. I can do this. I can do this properly, can't I? Let's do that. Okay, the streaming hiccup messed up my earlier message. Okay. I'm going to plug how awesome Quickemu is in a webinar tomorrow. Ooh, how exciting. Wicked. I'm going to copy that out of my chat here. Copy link. And how am I going to do this? I know. Let's do that. And let's bring you over here. And there we go. Thank you for that. I've put that in my reading list for tomorrow, Eric. Hello, Samir. How are you doing? Right. Okay. Let's move on to. Oops, that's the wrong button. Some of this stuff works. I think we'll. Yep. All good. All good. Recovered from the exhaustion. How long ago was that now? That was what? It's about a month, was it? Or 6 weeks, maybe? Replace Mac recovery. What's this? Ooh. Oh. Wow. This looks like something I always... Chunk check. Wow. Okay. Okay, this one I think I'm going to have to test. So I'm not going to do this one now. But that looks very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Oh, Phil has got another one of these. Let's grab that. We know that this is going to be good to go. Because Phil looks after the documentation. You slept for 20 hours after you got home. Wow. So, Popey asks, do you not have a GitHub action to test your pull requests? No. We're working on that for Quickemu. It's tricky, isn't it? Like, how do you test a whole distro? Now, what we learned at work a couple of weeks ago is, and I was talking about earlier, you can now run accelerated KVM inside GitHub Actions. So, it should be possible to actually pull down the whole damn ISO and stand the thing up and boot it. So, yeah, maybe we could do some pretty good stuff there in the future. So, yeah, we've got some things in progress, and I think some of these other PRs are in that effort. It's to add sort of test harnesses to some of the features. Yeah, so I think you're right, and I think, isn't there yeah, these two here, look, these are an effort to improve the way we can do tests. So let's take a look. What have we got here? Removing old stuff and fix quick get creating empty directories while using. Okay, fine. That's to fix previous ones. Okay, we'll have that. Let's take that in. Rebase and merge that. Yeah, so whilst quick get is relatively easy to test, I think it would be super cool to actually like boot the VMs and actually like do a quick get thing which would create the config and then start it. The problem is that there's a bug. There's a bug in Quickemu at the moment that always exits with exit code 1 even when it was successful, which is a bit of a fly in the ointment of knowing whether it worked or not. So I'll have to go hunting that one down at some point. Added options to show only the homepage URLs. Okay. What's this now? Is this... Oh my gosh, that's a lot of commits. I think we'll have to have a little look at that in slow time. All of those will be pre the big refactor, so I won't look at those yet. Basite. Isn't that a Universal Blue project? Isn't that the Steam OS stuff? Full Stack Live, yeah. Yeah. But you don't have to run it on the Steam Deck, right? It can run as like a container image on Silverblue or whatever. In the same way this OBS stuff does. Is that right? Okay, let's get this. Big Pod's in the uBlue community, so let's have a look here. As a there we go, as a uBlue contributor, I can very well say it is, and yes, you can run it on whatever. Nice. I'm gonna have to take a look at that, I think, because yeah, I'm gonna take a little look at that. That's something to have a play with. That opens up a number of interesting ideas. Okay. It's a friendly competitor to Chimera. Yeah, so that's what I run on. That machine behind me is Chimera. For over a year now. It's been great. In fact, my daughter was just on it earlier. Played through all her favourite games. A bit of Horizon Chase Turbo and Geometry Dash. Is that what it's called? Is that the name? Geometry Dash? Yeah, I think so. Oh, what's this? Okay. Oh, I see. So they've tarted up the Windows downloader that I added. I need to test some of these bigger changes. What's health check for disks? Based on... Okay, interesting. So this QQX I need to test as well. This is like a front end to Quickemu. Okay, all of this stuff we know. I think I'll leave that one out for now. I think what we'll do is... We've got a bunch of changes all through PRs. So let's go here and open Quickemu and pull those changes. Oh, hello. Cannot. Oh, there's a unstage stage. That error cannot. Whatever I did there, I don't want it. Authentication required, but no callback. Oh dear. So this is this new... Let's hope it's not... Gosh. Okay, let's try. Because now I have to wonder, is this the GitKraken that I'm just fiddling with? So what are we doing here? We're doing Quickemu, right? Okay. Let's see if this works. Already up to date, it says. Interesting. Okay, so that has got all of the updates. But GitKraken wasn't happy. So maybe I need to figure out why that isn't happy, because this could be a bug that's been introduced as a result of the changes we made to GitKraken earlier, which is a bit of a worry. Okay. Oh, the lights are going. Thank you very much. That's very kind. That's very kind indeed. Yeah, we're gonna... I thought, shall I wait to the new year? And I was like, no, screw it. Let's get started again now. So it'll be at least 3 times a week, minimum. And I think maybe in the evenings, a bit of playing around with games related stuff, as in games dev and games playing and researching games. So let's think, is there one of these that's not up to snuff? So why does it hate this change? Discard. Let's just get rid of that. Okay, that's good. It was just that was holding things up. Okay. So actually back to GitKraken. Let's put this in and let's create a new branch. There's been a new release of NixOS, so let's get that in. And Let's go here and close all this down. Let's switch to Quickemu. And what we're looking for, NixOS. Let's see what we can find. Wow. I'm sure these old releases aren't available, but let's add that. And then let's do... how am I going to test this? Let's use you. Let's go to... And let's do development. What are we working on? GitHub, Quickemu, and quick get NixOS 23.11. There we go. That works just fine. Our podcast asks, what did that RG command just do? Okay. I'm not going to let this download because there's no need. So RG is ripgrep, which is modern grep. So instead of having to do a whole bunch of incantations, I just said that's what I want to search for, and it just hunted through everything from the current directory down that has NixOS in it. It's just a quick way to find things. So it's basically grep, but you don't have to give it a whole bunch of parameters to do the right thing. And it's very quick. So yeah, ripgrep is fantastic. So that's what that was. Things like ripgrep are going to crop up. In the new year, I'm starting a new project. And things like ripgrep are where it comes in. For example, I've created things like this. So RG, maybe that'll work. It's a bit sparse, but you can see I typed help RG. Let's do help. I don't know, wget. Does that work? Here we go. So you see this is colorized. So this is a little wrapper that I've written, like a command alias that pumps the help output from a command through the bat syntax highlighter. And then you will have noticed that when I did git log, it's all colorized, and that again is a mix of configuring Git in a particular way and using bat as the Git pager, again configured in a particular way to sort of get a really nice output. And then this is git diff, which again you probably haven't seen diff look like that on the command line. So there's a whole bunch of things like this that I've been working on, and I want to document this and package it up. It's built into R, of course it is. Man, there are so many R packages. I have a new appreciation for that as a result of working with Nix now. Yeah, so that's actually Difftastic, which you can integrate with Git. So yeah, if you want nice diff, then Difftastic is the best of the new diffing tools that I have found. Right then, that looks good. So let's get that pushed up. So we will stage that bit. This is a feature, NixOS 23.11. Commit those changes. And then we'll take that as well and say, sure. Clean up that. Okay, let's push that branch up. And let's do a pull request to master. 23.11, that'll do it. Create. And then we won't click that button because it'll open in my default browser. So we'll come here to the pull requests, pick that one up, YOLO it because I trust myself. I've just tested it after all. Delete that branch. And now come back to GitKraken, back to master, pull the changes. Right, okay, let's think about this. I don't need that anymore, so let's delete that branch. Out of interest, those of you that do development work that are watching, what UI, if you use a UI for Git, what do you use? That's my question. Right, so I've got a tag here. So Popey, if you're still here, I have added CI to this project. So 4.91. So, full stack, that's interesting. Okay, so Wizard, you're just straight up Git. Okay, good choice. I use a bit of that. And what have we got here? Full stack, you use lazy Git. So I like that. I gave that a go. I found the key bindings to be a bit odd. So for the GUI stuff, I quite like Git GUI. Oh, hang on. Git UI. There it is. Git UI. Inside. Oh. Whoops. Let's drop into an actual Git repository and try that again, shall we? So this is the one I've been using for sort of terminal stuff, except this has one critical flaw, and that's that I sign all of my commits, and this doesn't support that because the project is entirely implemented. I'm going to say Rust. If it's not Rust, it's Go. And they don't call out to any external binaries, so they're waiting for some projects to implement the necessary support that they can do the whole signing commits thing without shelling out to like GPG. Fork. Oh, that's new to me. Sorry, what was that? Is that Dammy Killer? Is that right? So fork. Can I look that up here? Fork Git client. Am I going to find that? Am I just going to have like a massive... Oh, here it is. Gitfork.com. Is that the tool? Oh, Mac and Windows. Oh, wow. Not for me then. Ooh. Is this built on top of VS Code? Right. I'll bring this down. So let's put this up on the screen. Now I have checked it out. So this, I believe, is it. I've never heard of this, so this is good find. This is it, is it? So, there's so much feedback. So, Full Stack Live says, I stopped using LazyGit, I assume, for the same reason in the past. Key bindings kept throwing me off. That was my stopping block with it. I found it odd. Whereas Git UI, they're all down the bottom, and they seem quite sane in terms of their single key presses and like push is P, which seems reasonable. Yeah, okay. It's an independent app. So this is it. So this is Fork. So if you are a Windows or Mac OS warrior, this is a very nice looking Git client. So in the good old bad old days, what was the one I used? Was it not Sublime? Oh, well, there is Sublime Git or whatever, Sublime Merge. But there was another one, Smart Git, which I think was built on top of the Eclipse IDE. And that's quite old. It's an old project. It's still very good, but it's not as intuitive as GitKraken. I tried out all the VS Code integrated ones just recently. Absolutely laced VS Code with every Git thing imaginable, including Git Lens, which is from the same outfit as GitKraken. I could not get on with Git Lens. It drove me mad. So I've gone back to my default position, which is removing all source control from VS Code and just using GitKraken. Well, that looks very nice. I'll keep an eye on that. I'll add that to my little watch list. I've got it up there. Yes, it's up there. Okay, so I think I have got an integration here which enables me to push out a new version of Quickemu quite easily. Let's just go and look at the workflow. Oh gosh, because I did this a couple of weeks ago and I've already forgotten. Yeah, not readme, that's not it. Publish, release, well, just let's just get those. So yeah, I did this crazy idea which pushes a source package up to a PPA, and this is the release process. So if I tag it, it will do that, and then this is on a click. That's it. Okay, let's give it a go then. So if the last release was 4.91, this must be we don't need that upstream anymore, so we can delete that. So we'll just tag this 4.9.2 and push that up. Okay. I have unit tests to write. Oh, I found a tool that can do that for you, Henrik. I haven't tested it yet. Well, I've tested the tool. I haven't tested its ability to write test cases. But I've been playing with this Unfold AI, and I have joined the waiting list. And this is a query. My daughter was doing some, like, the advent of code, but for kids earlier. So I was having it explain some code. But one of the things you can do is, I mean, this is a bad example, but like, you can highlight a bit of code. I've never done this. This won't work. And then here you can say add tests. So it's their own LLVMs, large language models for programming stuff. And one of the functions is write your test cases, which I haven't tested, but there you go. I have used it to write a program that I didn't write, that AI wrote, and I used this to finish it, and it's quite impressive. So there's a little discovery you can have a play with. Right then. Yes, our podcast it is. It's the same tool that I used for IA-Get. Yeah. Which will also be featuring on a Linux Matters podcast near you very soon. So those of you that don't know, myself and my good friend who's in chat here, Popey, we do a podcast with our friend Mark, and it's Linux Matters, linuxmatters.sh. So we in episode 16, I did the first discussion of how this prototype Rust application was created with ChatGPT. And then in a upcoming episode, I'm going to talk about how I actually took it to being a full product using Unfold AI. Right, okay, so if we go over to here and check the actions. Excuse me, all this coughing. Um, 492. Looks like that worked. So create a release, build release, publish a release. Let's go and see. Is there a 492 release? There is. There we go. All done. Isn't CI brilliant? So there's all the release notes, and then down here we even deposit a deb in here. And now what we'll do is we'll go, now we've got a new version, we'll say publish to a PPA, and we'll run that workflow. And that will then grab the latest tagged release and shove it into Launchpad as a source package and build it for all the supported versions of Ubuntu, currently supported versions of Ubuntu. Right. Okay, that's gone well. Now, Eric mentioned IA get, and I noticed the other day I've got a bit of word soup in the README of IA get. So this is my README for my profile on GitHub, and this regenerates every hour. And it's quite handy making one of these because it makes getting to your projects quite intuitive. If you're wondering what this is my commit history, and this little snake is eating the commits by least days of least commits to most commits, so it will work its way around and gobble up all of my commits. So the release for the deb says it's version 491. Let's go and have a look. Let's for Quickemu, right? Oh, I'm getting messages from Launchpad. Ah, you're right. Okay. Interesting. Let's edit this and remove that one for the moment. Will be deleted. Update. I think I know why. Let's see if we can figure this out. Is it because... Okay, so I obviously have to... I didn't put smarts in here to automatically write out a new changelog based on the current tag. I will add an issue for that. Thank you for pointing that out, Big Pod. New releases. Use. Okay, steps to reproduce. I don't need to do any of this. Doink. That will be a sufficient reminder for me. Why are these disappearing as well? These toasts are going away and they shouldn't. So many things to fix. Isn't that just the way? Thanks for that, Big Pod. Right, IA-get has got a load of cluttering. I sort of repeat myself twice on this bit here, so I think we'll tidy that up. So let's go over here, change to IA-get. Let's just do a pull. We should all be up to date, yeah, because Luke was the last submitter. Let's go here, close these. Switch this to and don't think we'll create a branch for this. We'll just sort it out. Oop. No, there we go. Okay. In fact, there's a couple of things I want to add to the instructions here. Okay, the initial version was created. Yep. So we'll put that in. And we discussed initial version. Okay. Oh, Popey, I'm typing it wrong, aren't I? Okay. Let's do that. I discussed that. Okay. We can get rid of that bit, can't we, as well? Okay, there we go. That's a bit tidier. Now, let's just take a little look at that. Make sure that doesn't look completely garbled. Okay. Is that highlighted because I've done something silly? No. Okay. So I think another feature here is we want to say sharing is caring. So I had some feedback that using this tool was kind of not in the spirit of Internet Archive, in that it enabled you to download a whole load of stuff and not participate in the torrents. But the issue, of course, is that the torrents are a bit busted. So one of the advantages is we'll say here reliably available, can be run multiple times. So what is a suitable metadata? What could represent data? And that might have to do. Right then, so including all the metadata and the torrent. Oh, hello. Doubling up there. Torrent file. That is one. This. Yeah, indeed, there is that. I mean, I know some ISPs in this country just send you a letter saying don't do torrents without actually looking at what you're torrenting. They just assume it's you're a bad actor. So let's have a look at this. So let's we want to do this. You can use, not us, you can use iaget download files from archive, including all the metadata and the torrent, if there is one. Start seeding this torrent using a pristine copy of the archive and a complete file set. Is that file set? There we go. Why is there a shell there? Why did you do that? Let's save that. Have a look. Okay. That will do it, I think. Right then. We'll just push this up. Direct. I won't do a branch. I've been trying to do branches for everything, but a doc change just doesn't warrant it. Let's get that in and push that. Okay. Happy with that. Oof. Okay. Okay, so let's have a little think. What was busted? There's some APIs in Bella that are dead that I need to fix. Live push is rubbish. Hello, Multia. Thank you very much. And thank you for stopping by. Welcome to the stream. So, live push has been unreliable on this outing, so I think we'll switch to something else. And maybe we'll give... I've got enough bandwidth here and at the other office. So maybe we'll give the RTMP server integrated into OBS a try. See if that works. Yeah, it's been up. I was just looking. It's been up 50 minutes since the last outage, but did it go down twice or 3 times? I mean, it's not what you want, right? If you're paying for one of these services, you don't want the weak link in the chain to be the one thing that's outside of your control. So twice, thanks, Bascas. Am I getting that right? But thank you for confirming. Yeah, twice. So yeah, disappointing that. So I think I might switch the way I do the multi-streaming to something else. Interestingly, the chat here should be reflecting messages from the other site, and I don't think it is. So I need to review my multi-chat setup. Not all of this is going to happen by tomorrow morning, because I'm planning to stream European time tomorrow morning. Next week at work, we've got a hack week, and I'm going to be doing most of my hacking with the team at work from sort of the afternoon, but I'm going to do a few bits here. I'm not quite sure what. It might not be. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing, to be clear, but I'm going to be doing something in the mornings. It's quite skippy gitchy. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've got a limited view of things. Yeah, okay, so I can see a graph at the restreaming service, and it is a bit all over the show. So, yeah, okay. So, I'll figure that out, but I've got a couple of solutions. I could use something that's built into OBS, which maybe I'll do as a band-aid, but I have been working on my own little, I say my own, a wrapper around some existing tooling to create, it's really not happy, Popey. Oh, okay. Thank you for the, thank you for the confirmation. So yeah, a few things to fix, but the redemption points worked, but I want to rework all of that. So that's actually Bella that triggers all of those. And in OBS now, it's built into this version that I run in the container. There's a new version of it's called like Advanced Scene Switcher. And the new version that came out a few days ago, 1.24, has Twitch integration. So it can detect the various events for subs, follows, all the other stuff. And it can trigger the things inside OBS. So I want to redo all of that stuff to keep the whole thing basically in OBS and not have to rely on my chatbot to handle that. I want to try and get more stuff into the OBS configuration itself. So that will be an interesting little thing to have a tinker with. So what am I going to do in the morning, I wonder? Not sure. We'll figure it out in the morning though. Maybe I'll tinker around with some of this stuff. Yeah, Nginx can do it. I've found another interesting way of doing it.
Thank you for the follow, C Developer Prog.
Hello, C Developer Prog. Thank you very much for the follow. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, and here we go. Rick has a question. Rick, let's go and bring it up on screen. Partly so I can read it more clearly. So Rick asks, why does the video page here in Wimpy's World Twitch channel only show this live Twitch today? I will explain. Twitch only keeps VODs around for, I think, 4 weeks. And I have been on a streaming hiatus for 6 months. So I have got no VOD history on Twitch other than this stream. If you want an archive of previous things, then I wonder if these chat commands work. There you go. You can go to my YouTube channel, and I make sure that each stream gets archived there. So yeah, this will be there eventually. Hope that answers your question. Oh, boy. Okay, that wasn't too awful. I was expecting it to be a bit rough around the edges. But what did we manage there? About 2 hours.
Thank you for the follow, Rick Marks.
Thank you, Rick. Ricked Marks. Okay. It's quite handy she reads those things out, because sometimes I hear the pronunciation better than I can see it. So yeah. So we got some OBS tweaking to do. We'll probably have a look at this build of OBS at some point, because there's a new feature in OBS Studio 30 which I've not enabled yet, which is the whole WIP and WebRTC stuff, which is very powerful and is a great way to do like sharing between OBS instances and remote guests and stuff like that. Hey drummer, how you doing? Yeah, I'm not completely winding down. I'm just sort of taking stock of what happened in this stream and what I might do next stream. Because this was the first one for a while and it was not perfect. They're rarely perfect, to be fair. In fact, you don't come here for perfection. Hello, Popey. So, yeah, I've also got, I probably need to build up my list of stuff I need to work on, because obviously there's a release of Ubuntu Mate 2404 coming up, and I've got quite the laundry list of jobs to do there. So I shall have to do that development, which will be interesting because I actually do that on NixOS now. So I'll go into how I create those dev environments and do that Ubuntu and Debian dev work on NixOS and go through that whole process of building and testing Ubuntu Mate on Nix. So yeah, so we're leading up to Christmas. What is it now? It's the 10th today. So I'll probably do a good bunch of streams over the coming week. I have a reasonable amount of confidence in this here, at least at home. At the office, it's more challenging because I still have a persistent hardware problem I haven't identified. So that machine can unceremoniously reboot at times, so I need to replace it, which is what all of that gubbins down there is. It's a new PC being built. Oh yeah, and then I might have to do installing NixOS on my M2 MacBook, because I haven't actually done that yet. So maybe I'll try and figure out how to do that, hook up a capture card to the Mac. Huh, that could be interesting. And I've got an FPGA Commodore 64 as he looks around at the various bits and pieces that I need to build out a keyboard on. So that's something I can potentially do on stream as well. So I've got a whole bunch of random projects building out modern Commodore 64 and VIC-20. Paul BM. Hello, Paul. Yes, I am still using cruise control. You will see Bella in here. She is powered by cruise control. I need to upgrade cruise control because cruise control has had a significant update in the time that I've been off. In fact, around the time I stopped streaming, I did a whole bunch of work to write a Twitch API integration into cruise control using cruise control's language. Since then, the author has fully implemented the Twitch API in cruise control, so I can rip out all of my stuff and use the official APIs. So that's something else I will need to do on stream at some point as well. You have a V1 setup. Yeah, so that's, yeah. So I've got a, I think it might be a V1 something, but I know 2.0 something is out now and I need to update, or I want to update. But what I was also saying, Paul, I don't know if you heard this, there's the advanced scene switcher for OBS has also now got Twitch API integration as well. So I'm going to be putting some of the Twitch stuff into macros for that, and then keeping some of it in Bella and also my own bot, because there are two bots here. I think if I type this, it causes Bella to reply. Okay. There are a whole bunch of automations that look like it's me doing it, but it's not. I've got a bot bound to my own identity. I'm just looking back to see. Excuse me. I do apologize for that. Yeah, when the stream starts up, it pumps out a whole bunch of explaining the channel. The stream is coming up and we're running adverts, and it plays the drop game and all of that sort of thing. All of that is automatic through my my bot. But I've taken my bearer token and my bot token, so I can do commands using either user. Yeah, same, exactly what I do here. Yeah. But what I'm trying to do is move as much as possible into OBS, so the OBS configuration becomes like the single source of truth. So another little project is, since OBS Studio 30, the OBS configuration is automatically sorted each time it saves. So it should now be possible to put that into Git, and when it changes, it doesn't change the whole... Oh, you want to know the OBS stuff? Sure. Let's go and take a look at that. Let's go here. Let's go here. There. Let's do this via the OBS Studio Portable. So this is a project I maintain. I don't know if you've seen this, but down here, it's build of OBS with like all of the plugins, all of the good plugins at least. And one of them is this. So, Scene Switcher. This is amazing. It does so much stuff. I have this auto. So, for example, I'm going to move my mouse over where the chat window is, okay? That Scene Switcher is responsible for tracking my mouse position, waiting an amount of time, and automatically making, so doing window dodging and stuff like that. And also up here, it works here as well over the status displays. So these are just some of the things it can do. But it had it's, wow, look at that. Oh, well, actually, let's go and update this whilst we're here. So what have they added? Some recording related stuff, but in the previous release, which just came out a couple of days or 2 weeks ago, here we go, added Twitch actions. So now this has a whole bunch of macros to respond to events from the Twitch API and also trigger events via the Twitch API. So it should be possible for me to migrate my scripts that automate the bring up of the stream to a macro that sits inside of OBS itself. So if you've not used this tool before, it's absolutely fabulous. It can do all manner of clever stuff, including like optical character recognition of what's on the screen and switching scenes based on image recognition and analysis. It's pretty marvelous. Essential, I think. I like it a lot. So as this came out 7 hours ago, let's do it. Let's go and add this to OBS Studio Portable, because that is a very quick thing we can do. So let's go and switch projects. Ooh, OBS Studio Portable. There we go. OBS Studio Portable. And let's code the 2 CSV files. That should be it. And I think at the bottom, here it is. So that changed to 241. So let's change it here as well. Okay. So actually you'll get a little glimpse here as to how I do the OBS development. So let's now bring up GitKraken. OBS Studio Portable. Let's create a new branch here. Advanced Scene Switcher 1241. Let's do that. That's unfortunate acronym. Never mind. Right, let's do that. Feature. Switcher to 1.24.1. I'm pretty sure that was... Whoopsie! That was not the right screen switch. Yeah, 1.24.1. So, let's go back here. Commit that change. And let's push that up to the branch. Right then. And then we'll go here. Let's just clear that. Whoop. And we'll do Lima start. So Lima's a really nice tool. It works on macOS and Linux. Lima, I think, now stands for Linux machines. And it's basically accelerated virtual machines, sort of on the command line, as you can see. So it's designed for either headless or like cloud images that have got Cloud Init integrated into them. And I've put some magic in here to automatically create my standard Ubuntu builder. And I'm inside it now. You can see this because the host name is Lima Builder. And you can also see the telephone here, which is my power line telling me I'm in a remote session. So we'll hop to OBS Studio Portable. Now, although... let's just demonstrate. I'm in a VM, which is Ubuntu 22.04. But you'll notice all of my command line looks very familiar, and that's because I've got my same Nix environment inside this VM as I have on my host. It's the same config. So it means all of the same convenient tools and configuration are here. We'll stash that. We don't need it. And then we'll pull, which should get that new branch. So we'll check out that branch. Oh, I need to get a different terminal emulator for when I do this. So that's the change. And there we go. We can see that change we made there. And now I could do a build like that. And that will build OBS Studio Portable, OBS Studio 30.00 for Ubuntu Luna, which is 23.04 for reasons, because that's the version that I run in containers at the moment for details I won't bore you with. And then this essential here is a little flag I have for myself. Each of these plugins that gets built are tagged either essential, auxiliary, or there's a couple which are disabled. And the essential ones are the ones that I absolutely use. Auxiliary is everything that's in the whole bundle. So I can just kick off a build, and it uses the same build process as what runs in the GitHub actions that produce the releases for this. So I can just let that run, and in, I don't know, 20 minutes, it will spit out a build, and if it all works, then I know that that version builds cleanly and all of that good stuff, and I can merge it and release it. Hello, Andy Hazen. How the devil are you? Thank you for, excuse me, stopping by. Very good of you to come and say hello. So, Paul, what are you running OBS Studio on? Are you running it on a Linux, or are you running it on, you know, one of the mainstream OSs? You're on Windows, okay. So there's a website you might be interested in if you're on Windows. I think I'm going to get this right. StreamUp, I think it's called. Yeah. So this is run by Andy Lippy, who streams here as well, on Twitch, that is. And he has this plugin management tool for Windows. So if you want, he's got a similar outlook to me about what the good plugins are, but this is a way to automatically get them into your Windows OBS and then keep them updated. So I recommend this as a way to get at all of these amazing plugins out there that will make streaming easier and more automated. I see, Paul. So you watched when I did the KC stuff. Well, I'll be circling back to that. So if you like, I'll try and beat you to the 2.0 upgrade. And maybe that will serve as I don't know, either fair warning or a disaster. Hello, ADS. How are you? It's like a little reunion. Okay. Yes. So the snap of OBS Studio is interesting. So that is here. Opie's doing the maintenance for it. OBS Studio Portable. No, OBS Studio. So this is the snap of OBS, which you can obviously get from the Snap Store. It's got a page and all of that jazz. But the snap now also ingests my OBS Studio build, the portable build. So this OBS Studio Portable is used for the snap. It's used for the Ubuntu Portable version as a tarball, and it's used in the Universal Blue OCI container image, which is what I'm using right now to do the streaming. So we're getting maximum value, or at least I thought until this morning we were getting maximum value out of this build of OBS Studio Portable. But then it occurred to me, I could probably take this binary build of OBS Studio Portable and turn that into a NixOS closure. So I'm going to have a go at that, and that might be something I do this coming week, as I'm going to be hacking on Nix stuff. So that could be fun, jamming this Ubuntu build of OBS inside a Nix closure, and then I would have an actual Nix, installation of this thing. Yeah, so Popey's making some good points there. For those of you that are too lazy to read, the OBS Studio build under the name OBS Studio in the Snap Store is this all-encompassing 50-something plugins version. And Popey's been talking to upstream OBS devs, and the plan is the snap under the OBS Studio namespace will become vanilla OBS Studio, built from artifacts that the upstream OBS Studio team publish, and a new OBS Studio namespace will be created which will be the place where this fully loaded version lives. Did I get all of that right, Popey? Is that the right information? I think that's what you were explaining to me. Anyway, Popey is brokering all of these conversations with the various teams. So, I think that's the plan. Okay, playing on the Steam Deck, yeah. So, let's see how we're doing here. It's still building. So it's this build process builds OBS twice and then builds 54 plugins. So it takes a few minutes, even on this Threadripper. Yeah, it's got to midnight. Yeah, ADS, you get the idea. I think we were, the enthusiasm got the better of us all those years ago when we created the first version with all the stuff in it. Because I suppose it was kind of like, you can do this with a snap, isn't this amazing? But yeah, we'll flip it around and I suppose the tricky thing we'll have to figure out is how we signpost that to people that the OBS that they are using is now doesn't have a bunch of stuff in it that it did before. But, we'll figure it out. Right then, well, that's going to build and keep on whirring. So hopefully, Paul, you've learned about a new plugin there, which you'll get some value out of. I think I've pushed that up, haven't I? Yeah, okay, so I can merge that if the build completes. Okay, cool. Oh, good. I'm glad that. I tell you what. Whilst we're here, let's just check one last thing. Let's do this and see, because I noticed that somebody I sponsor on GitHub was active earlier. I've never put their. Is that the? Yes, there we go. Have they done an update? No. They have done some updates, but they haven't released a new version. So this composite blur, this guy's making some amazing plugins. There's three that I'm using. Composite blur. So what's that do? Here we go. Let's see if we can demonstrate. So if you can see my hands here that are in reasonable focus, as I move it beneath the lower third, you'll notice that there is blurring just on the lower third there. So this is using his masking and composite blur filters to just add a little bit of fun, yet more complexity to the stream. So yeah, he makes a bunch of really cool stuff, and these three are fabulous. Polish, yes, it is all polish. The problem is that it comes with ever increasing complexity, but I'm slowly simplifying. Right. Well, I think that was all right. So I'll be back tomorrow morning at some point tomorrow morning. I don't know what time exactly. 9, 10, maybe 8, who knows. And we'll do some stuff. Belly blur. Actually, that's not a bad idea, that, is it? Maybe I can get one that cinches in. That's what I'm looking at. Yeah, one that cinches in. Right. Okay. Oh, I suppose we should raid somebody, shouldn't we? Let's go and see. Who's on. Thing is, I don't know anyone anymore. Is there anyone here I recognise? There's a lot of non-English stuff. Oh, it's doing the. What's that? No. Why is. gosh, I'm gonna have to get back into the routine because I don't recognize any of this lot here. Okay. Maybe we're not going raiding, seeing as though it isn't obvious. Unless anyone's got any suggestions. Has anyone seen anyone? No. No, okay. Advent of code. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's somebody new. They're doing Advent of code. It's in English. Let's go and raid them. Click that button there. Hopefully that's still muted. It is. Okay. This is good. Okay. Let's go and do this thing. Right. Come back here. Right. We are going raiding. Thank you all very much for stopping by. I look forward to seeing you again soon. I'll be back here on the regular again now. Streaming hiatus is over. So let's go raiding and bye-bye for now.